you're the perfect person to be here because you played many years in the NFL, and you can experience a little bit of what I want to get to here. And that is when you have fans, if you recall, Marte was heckled by a fan. They said something about his mother, who was his late mother, and he kind of had a breakdown emotional moment. To me, it looked more so like I'm frustrated. I can't do anything about it. I'm insulted. I'm hurt, angered, all that kind of rolled up in one. And the tears looked a little bit more like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to do something, but I can't. How dare you? Yeah. MLB comes down. They say that this 20-year-old fan would be banned indefinitely from MLB ballparks.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So they did come down hard. But Rob G knows how much my disdain goes and how deep it is for fans who act like idiots in ballpark, stadium, and arenas. I don't think you understand how bad my disdain is for this. Let me articulate it for you.
Let me hear you.
It's the only place in life where full-fledged grown adults are allowed to be kids.
Yep.
You could also argue maybe American politics. It's the only place where you are allowed to be violent. And people go, well, you paid the cost to be violent. Or based on the person who is the victim, their income level, we go, oh, man up. Kerry Rhodes in the NFL, he's making millions. He'll be all right. That you threw a battery at him. That you dumped popcorn on him.
Don't throw a battery at me.
That you threw beer at him. That you flicked him off. You called him the N-word. You said his mom, his late mother's of this.
Yeah.
It's the only place. We work here, Fox Sports Radio. We work at iHeartMedia. Nobody can come in here right now and throw a battery at me, a snowball at me, and it just goes, just got to take it, man. You make millions.
Yeah.
Not that I make millions, but you get the point.
Yeah.
And it's the most asinine thought that we put the onus on the athlete, the human, the person in that position, the victim, and we go, oh, just man up. You'll be all right. So what? You get paid. Whereas any other profession, the assailant is held and judged based off of those actions. That adult.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. I never will. I don't sit. Me and Rob just argued a couple of weeks ago about this because I'm a firm believer. And if I'm sitting here trying to be cool, I'm in my profession. I'm passionate, right? We want you guys to play hard. You care about this thing. Your blood, sweat, and tears are in it. And this outsider who paid $59.99 for a ticket gets to throw a beer at me, and I'm supposed to go, oh, okay, it tastes like a Budweiser, and just be all right with it is crazy to me. Right. And that you can insult my late mother is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Help me understand why people are actually okay with this and why people expect the athletes to be Gandhi in this case.
Yeah. Like the number one thing with this is people use it as an outlet, right? Like obviously they're in their 9 to 5 jobs or whatever they're doing outside of, that arena they're going to see. This is their moment to step outside of that reality and step into this reality that it's fair game for me to do whatever I want to do to the athlete, right? I understand that part of it. Does it make it right? Absolutely not. So I think that kind of comes with the territory, but I think the ultimate thing that gives them the courage to do these things is the alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
I think being belligerent at these games and not really being in sound mind and body is the reason this happens, right? But then, obviously, the other thing that's attached to that is they see those gladiators or those people in the sport as that. And so if I can get under the skin of that person or I can do XYZ to that person, there's an elevation to their mystique as well as a human. And so when you look at those things like that, it's very easy for me to see it as what it is. But when you're attacking somebody about their dead mother, like there has to be a line. Obviously, he can't do anything to you, and you know that, so you feel compelled or safe to do it.
You hope that.
Yeah. Right. We've seen it happen, the malice in the palace. We've seen you can't mess with everybody. And so I think when you get to see these things and these scenarios happen, like there are consequences to this. And I think if you get some of these players at the wrong time or the right time, you will find out. And for me, so I'm a proponent of just be human in every aspect of your life. If you're going to see a game, go enjoy it. Be loud, be rowdy. Watch what you're saying. These are human beings that are going through emotions just like you are. Don't do that.
I showed up on Sunday. I showed up on a Tuesday in the NBA. I showed up on the NBA, MLB. You don't know what it took me to get here. My child could be sick. My mother could be going through it.
Yeah.
Money issues, going through a divorce. Like, there's a million things that could be going on.
Yep.
And you coming in just because you I hate my 9 to 5 and I'm drunk and I can say whatever.
Right.
And you know what also drives me crazy? Is that oftentimes when you look at stuff that happens and then we do the documentary, Mouse of the Palace, what do you find out? Oh, man, I was having alcoholism. I was an alcoholic. It's like all these people get to go and be sauced up. And normally the folks who are doing it, the folks who are fighting at games where you're sitting there with your 5-year-old boy or girl, usually, I was going through some issues in my life. So it's like this is their moment where they get to spaz out and act crazy, but I have to be the recipient of their pain and hurt and lack of therapy.
Yeah, you do.
And it just drives me crazy because most people go and have a good time and they might, you suck, woo. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Cool. Yeah.
Yo, light them up, do this, boo, you did it. Okay, I'm cool with all that.
Right.
But once you start calling people racial slurs and talking about their late mother and doing this, it's like more of a, you know what they say? They say give somebody a bunch of money, find out who they really are. To me, I say give somebody a little bit of alcohol, take them to a sporting event, find out who they really are.
100%.
Because there's a lot of people going to go have a good time. Woo, man, we had a great game. When do you want to go next? There's a lot of people going to show you their real character. And it just blows me away. And so, man, I just saw that. And, again, to see him in tears, frustrated. You had his coaches and everybody kind of had to come out and console him, man. That's just weird. It's just strange to me. And I'm always blown away at how the leagues, and I get it, right? The fans paid for all of this. And
100%.
the idea of that we want these folks to come and not feel like, hey, I might go get beat up if I say you suck. But I just feel like, man, you also got to protect your players. Yeah, and the NBA has gotten better. I'll give them credit.
They have.
They've gotten better with these players will be like, yo, my man right there, he said blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
He did blah, blah, blah. I see him, he's foaming at the mouth in my wife's ear at the game. And they've gotten better at that. I'll give them credit for
And
that.
the reason they had to get better is because their fans are too close to the action. And that's the caveat, right?
Yep.
MLB, NFL, even tennis, like there's some distance. So the words they're saying, whatever it is, it's words, and things happen. So that's a little different. The NBA's you had to.
They're right up on you. But I just again, man, I'm blown away by. And these aren't high schoolers, right? These are oftentimes 40, 50, 60-year-old grown men acting like grown women. I'm blown away. Getting into fights again. What are you fighting on? Why are we 48 knuckle up at a game? And my saying always has been this, because you played in this particular sport. Yeah. Y'all fighting over men in tights who don't even know you.
Don't know you at all.
And you were in there, yo, the Raiders suck, Rob. You know that Lions nose broken, and you got to come home. She's screaming because your nose is twisted and your nose is on your cheekbone.
Right.
And you're bloodied up and you got to explain it. Why you fight? Well, he said our receiver sucks. I know that's not why we at the hospital right now with this hospital bill.
Exactly.
Because you're embarrassed and you got fired from your job because they saw it because he said this receiver sucked. Well, I mean, I'm like, man, it's just, I'll never understand that. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. I just think there's levels to it, obviously, and the things that, once it started getting really personal and stuff like that, obviously that's part of the trash talk that happens. But come on, man, be respectable.